And we have Mr. I Stay Woke. And 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 Mr. I Stay on point in the game, don't count me out. I stay lit with the news, got a loud mouth. I represent STL, man, that's the loop. And Monday night, 7 o'clock, getting that brain food. And stopping fists, nah, homie, this ain't Willie Lynch. And you can stop it with the Jim Crow push. I'm in position, I stay ready every day. Respect my name, call me Mr. I Stay. And Mr. I Stay. And Mr. I Stay. And Mr. I Stay. And Mr. I Stay.
Written by Nice Reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. Oh, I don't remember.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe, and you're now tuned in live to the Chris Monroe Show. We do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we talk about the news, the politics, the current events, and a whole lot more. Welcome, welcome, and happy Monday to you, because I know everybody don't like Monday, but I like Mondays. It's the first day of the week, right? You got to come on in and do the Chris Monroe Show and call up and talk your smack. I see we got some trolls up in the Periscope room already talking smack. We got some people over here. What's up with the Facebook Live? Go ahead and put your name in and where you're from, and we'll give you a shout out before we get started with the content of the show for this evening. Like I said, my name is Chris Monroe, the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke. We do this Monday nights, and sometimes we do additional nights when we're doing different interviews and things like that. We had a powerful interview last week with the irritated genie. Even though we had some technical difficulties, we still made it happen. Thanks for those hearts over here on Periscope. And if you haven't, share it out to your Twitter, share it out to your Facebook, and invite your followers. That'd be greatly appreciated. For tonight's show, let's see here what we got here. Technically is the second day of the week. Well, really, yeah, if you want to count that, technically. Well, what about the Sabbath day? What about the Sabbath? You go to church yesterday, Stephen? Did you go to church? What's up, Leona, out of Colorado Springs, Colorado? Oh, all right, I see you. That's a different place. Never been to Colorado before. I've been on the East Coast. I've been down south, but never been up to that. I'm new to your scope and excited to be here. Good to see you, lovely Lily. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. And this is a call-in show. The phone number is 516-418-5565. That's 516-418-5565. Let's see here. Saturday. You know you went to church. Don't play. So we got, these are some of the topics we'll be talking about. The real reason Snoop Dogg and T.I. hate Donald Trump. Is there a real reason? Or is it just following like everybody else? That's one of the things we'll be looking at tonight. Plus, is Colin Kaepernick being blackballed by the NFL? They seem to don't want to pick him up. They just letting him sit back and wonder if he's going to have a job coming into this season. We're going to look into that. Plus, your 45th president, Donald J. Trump, loses big, and I mean big, in repealing and replacing Obamacare. How did that happen? Why did it happen? Who's to blame? Do we blame the Democrats? Do we blame the Republicans? Who do we blame for this? We're going to take a look at that as well. So, you know, it's a nice little show lined up for you tonight. Like I say, if you hear something you disagree with, something you agree with, you want to add your 2 cents, 516-418-5565 is the number. 516-418-5565 is your telephone number. So who all we got up in here? I saw we had Steven out the NO Saints down in Nolans, down south. Who else up in here? Put your name in and where you're from. What's up, Sorcerer? Welcome to the broadcast. The Sorcerer? What kind of stuff you doing? You doing some old spooky stuff. Don't be doing that, man. Sorcering. I don't want no creepy stuff going on, man. We want to do it right. Pink Monkey Coupons, I see you. Welcome, welcome. So let's see here what we got here. So yeah, we want to first take a look at this. Let's see. GOP thought they would never win. It's exactly what they had. No plan, even with all that time. You never know. You know, I mean, it's possible. But I didn't think they had a chance really anyway. Sorcerer from San Antonio. San Antone. Down there by what? Fort Sam Houston? Ain't that by there or something? Close to that? I think so. I don't know. I'm in St. Louis, in the Missouri. Missouri. So we're going to take a look at what's going on with this Colin Kaepernick being blackballed by the NFL. Do you think he's being blackballed? We'll take a look at this and we'll see what you believe, because I think he has been. Let's see what they got going on here.
Folks, we've been talking all week about the Colin Kaepernick. Of course, right now he is actually in Somalia, where they have been delivering food to folks there who have been impacted by virtue of a famine there. Now, what's going on now, though, is what's happening back here in the States is, will he be picked up by an NFL team? Free agency is going on, and you've got different folks being signed by other teams, but no NFL team thus far has picked up a quarterback who led the San Francisco 49ers to back-to-back NFL championship games. Now, his play has fallen off over the last couple of years due to injuries and also due to the fact that the 49ers was sorry team. But what's going on? Is the NFL blackballing him, or somebody who knows the NFL quite well? Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp joins us right now. You can catch him every day on The Undisputed alongside Skip Bayless on Fox Sports 1. Shannon, how you doing?
Rolla, I'm good, man. I was trying to get linked up on video conferencing, and for whatever reason, it would not go through.
It's all good.
I apologize for being late, so I owe you one. So if you need me to come on again, we'll have it set up so it'll be live and ready to go at least 10 minutes before we're supposed
No
to
problem. No problem. We got you on the phone though. So just your assessment of what's going on here. I mean, look, look, my Houston Texans have sucked when it comes to quarterbacks, and we don't have anybody right now. The Jets don't have a quarterback. There's a lot of teams don't have a quarterback. All of a sudden, Colin Kaepernick just can't play?
Well, Ro, I think there's a lot of factors going on. There's 32 teams. Obviously, San Francisco, you remove them from the mix, and then some of the teams like the Packers or maybe the Patriots, and some teams are not going to have interest. But let's just take these other, say, 28 teams. Now, there's a segment of those, the general manager and the owner says that Colin Kaepernick's play is just falling off too much. And, the system that we run, it wouldn't be conducive. There are a segment of those owners and general managers that says the blowback would just be too great. I mean, from our fan base, from our sponsorships, we just can't take that on at this current time. But there is another segment of the general managers and the owners that say, no, there's no way that we're going to do what we feel that he did is worse than us hiring someone that got behind the wheel of a car, killed someone, is worse than what domestic violence, be it against a woman or a child. He's being labeled unpatriotic. And we have an administration that puts America's first, say America's first, make America great again. And what's the one thing that, all Americans, you're supposed to stand at attention when that flag, when that national anthem is being played. And Colin Kaepernick said, no, I'm going to take a knee. I'm not being disrespectful to the national anthem. I'm not being disrespectful to America or the veterans. There's something going on, and I want to draw attention to it. So when you ask me why am I kneeling for the national anthem, I'm going to tell you why. But nobody wants to address why. They just want to talk about him kneeling, but not what led to him taking a knee.
And Shannon, what's offensive to me is that these owners are absolutely hypocrites. You made the point that if he beat a woman, if he did cocaine, if he got busted for drugs, we'll welcome back with open arms. But how dare he actually exercise the First Amendment?
Right. We love the First Amendment as long as we agree with what you're saying. We like your right to protest. We like your right to a petition, but I need to be aligned with what you're aligned with. See, that says, okay, look, if you want to protest, just be peaceful. What's more peaceful than taking a knee? He's not tearing out buildings. He's not burning cars. See, it really was never about the protest. You just don't want him to. You just don't want to talk about what the problem is in society. It's like, Roland, if I have cancer and I go to the doctor and the doctor say, you know what, if we don't talk about this cancer, it's going to go away. See, that's what they tell us, Roland. Me, you, and I, we're raised babies. And if we don't talk about it, it'll get better. Where does a problem get solved by not talking about it?
Well, not only that, these owners, it's not like they've actually said anything. And I got to ask you this here, and I know you won a Super Bowl with these guys, but you talk about politics. John Elway, who runs the Denver Broncos, sends a letter on Denver Broncos letterhead endorsing Trump's pick for the Supreme Court, Neil Gorsuch. That's good. But Colin Kaepernick, how dare you?
Well, John Elway is a very, very good friend of mine, and I know him very well. And as a matter of fact, I talked to him about a different subject a couple of days ago. For me, Roland, I don't have a problem with him on the letterhead because he is the Broncos. He was the face of the Broncos for 16 years while he played, and now he's the general manager, and he is still the face. So I'm glad he sent that on the letterhead. I'm glad President Trump spoke out against Colin Kaepernick, because you know why, Roland? I don't want to ever hear anybody tell me to stick to sports, because I'm going to cross over because they got an opportunity to cross over. So I'm going to jump back and forth between sports and politics moving forward until I get tired, which I don't get tired.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, we'll keep covering. Real quick here, last question. Do you believe Colin Kaepernick will get picked up by an NFL team before training camp?
Roland, my gut tells me no. It's going to take somebody. He needs to go to the right situation. I think Carolina, I think Seattle, someone that runs a very similar offense to what he had success in.
Got it.
So I think those would be his best options, but he's up against it. He understands that, but I think he understood that when he took the stance that he took, Ro.
Well, I think in this case here, we'll change our graphic. Colin Kaepernick's not being blackballed, he's being whiteballed. Shannon, I appreciate it, folks. Watch Undisputed on Fox Sports 1 every day. What time, Shannon?
9:30 a.m. to 12.
All right, then.
So I owe you big time. I mean, we only got 3 or 4 minutes, but have me back on, man, and let's do a full.
We'll do it.
Do a full 10 minutes, whatever you want to do.
We'll do it. I appreciate it, Shannon. Thanks a lot.
All right, no problem, bro.
All right, a peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by...
So there you go.
Race is a big part of this. Truly all lives matter.
Shannon Sharp dropped some truth on that. Shannon Sharp dropped some truth on that, I will say. I don't agree with Roland Martin with a lot of things, but I would agree with him most definitely on that point. How they said that, well, if he had killed somebody, they'd be all, let's let him come on back. He all right. He's all right. He's just little old Kaepernick. But if you dare think you're going to not stand up and raise your hand and hand on your chest and look at that proud to be an American, you're going to get shut down. And that's the type of thing they try to do to you. And I see what you said, BD. You was right. You said the NFL is a plantation, so plantation rules apply. And that's exactly what it is. So, you know, the rules apply. When you own somebody else's land, you got to deal with the man. You got to deal with whatever they say you got to deal with. If they say you got to jump up high, you got to jump up high. If you got to go short, you got to go short. You got to play the sport, you got to play the sport. No matter what you say, you got to do it. If they tell you to do something, you do it right now. And don't ask no questions. Don't get uppity. Don't say, hey, why I got to do that and why can't whatchamacallit do that? He ain't doing nothing. Why can't he do it? I don't want to be doing all that. So that's janky as hell. So do you feel like he's being blackballed? Or do you feel like it's fair what they're doing to him, not putting him in the game, not being picked up by a team? Do you believe he will be picked up by a team? Or is this the end of Colin Kaepernick? Is this just the end of him? He just going to sit it out and not be picked up because they don't want Donald Trump's tweets to cause a problem or whatever they said. Some old stuff like that. They combined the slave block. Yep. It's a slave block. Want to know what you think about it? 516-418-5565. That's 516-418-5565. This thing is I kind of figured this was going to happen though. I'm really not surprised that they decided to make a big deal out of it and say, well, you want to be uppity? We're going to show you something, buddy. You want to be uppity, huh? We're going to get you right. Since you want to act like you want to do what you want to do on my plantation, we going to shut you down. Shut them down like Mike Brown. That's sad, but it happens. But when you're on their land, what you expect? He will get another team. Well, what team is he going to go to? What team is going to take him in? I mean, who would want the problems of someone causing extra attention? But you would think that's a good thing. You would think that's actually a good thing to cause your team to get more attention, because now that does what? Sells more tickets, gets more views. You're going to watch the game to see, oh, is he going to kneel for this thing again? Is he going to stand up? Doesn't that make you want to see what's going on? You got to get the attention first before you can make the sale. He wasn't playing great lately anyway. Might not be worth the headache. Maybe. He was better than most of them, not all the backups in the league now. Yeah, I got you. But why they playing this game, though? Too many poor quarterbacks in the NFL. He'll get another chance. I don't know. Well, they going to try to cut his pay, though. Whoever get him, they going to say, well, we know you're a problem, so we just going to offer you a small $1 million. Oh, let's make it a $500,000. Wait a minute, everybody else, he getting $20 million over here, he getting $50 million. Can I get some of that money? So they playing the game. So they might be doing it. The team owners or the people that's thinking about pulling him to that team could be saying, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and play this game smooth and try to get him as cheap as I can. It's smart. That's what I would do if I was looking for a quarterback. I would wait it out. I would wait it out to see what would happen. First Amendment not applicable. He's on a company time, wearing a company uniform and the time clock. Political statements can be made on your own time. Oh, he must do that. Not really care then. I hear you, Brian, over here on Facebook Live, but, you know, when you're wearing a team uniform, that doesn't mean they could take away your rights. Just because you wearing somebody's uniform, you wearing somebody's uniform now. If you going to work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, so that means you got to stand up for the national anthem and do what they say. Just because you work somewhere. That's still violating your rights. I wish the NFL would just say it, though. Yes, poor guy, feel so sorry for him. Not. You don't feel sorry for him. Who feels sorry for Colin Kaepernick? Do you feel sorry for Colin? Put in a 3 for yes and a 1 for no. Do you feel sorry for Colin Kaepernick not being able to be picked up on any team? A 3 for yes and a 1 for no. Because I know you feel sorry for him for real. I feel a little bit sorry for him. But in reality, why don't these people go ahead and get all this money together and start another league? Why do you have to use the NFL? I know they got more talent than this. There's a lot of talented players out here. I don't because he's woke. Right. David says 3. Chick says 1 over here on Periscope. I got you. Yep. So, this stuff is just a game. What's up, Elizabeth Jolly over here on Facebook Live? They want players to be property. You got a good point there. That's exactly what it is. They want you to feel like, well, you got to do what we say because we said it. That's a joke. That's a joke. I want to know what you think about this. 516-418-5565. That's the phone number, 516-418-5565. Let's take a couple of these phone calls. Let's see who we got here. The 504 area code. You're now live on the Chris Monroe Show. Who is this?
Hey, this is Steven. N.O. How you doing?
What's going on, Steven? There he is. I even got your photo up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, look out. I was hoping Izzy would be in here because I know Izzy would have something to say. That's his former quarterback for his team there. But I sort of know where he's going to line up with this. I have a different take. There's some talk going down here on local radio shows here about why did the Saints have Johnny Manziel in for dinner and not Colin Kaepernick. And my opinion is I don't want Johnny Manziel on my team anyway. I mean, if I had a backup quarterback, because we're talking now, if like Drew Brees were to go down, I would much rather Colin Kaepernick than Johnny Manziel. Now, who are you going to get cheaper? Probably get Johnny Manziel cheaper, but I think it's a disaster. He's a disaster, and I wouldn't want him on my team. But let's talk about Colin Kaepernick. I think he'll get another shot. Now, it may be as a backup. And when is it going to happen? Maybe when somebody goes down in the preseason. Maybe like you're saying, they're just going to wait it out and offer him a 1-year contract. That happens to players. There's players that, perform for 1 year and then get a bigger contract if they perform well. His biggest challenge is getting back on the field. What team is going to put him back on the field? Because he's not, in my opinion, he's a how can I say it? He was a decent quarterback. He wasn't a great quarterback. He was adequate. He played on a team that went to the Super Bowl, but that team was filled with a great defense. But I want to say something that Shannon Sharp said that I think, I'm not sure if he was 100% correct. He was talking about, you can do this, you can do that, and you get a job, but if you kneel or if you're unpatriotic, then suddenly that's the worst sin, or, he said something along those lines. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing and not directly quoting him, but Ray Rice punched that girl out in an elevator and, to my recollection, never played again in the NFL. Ray Rice for the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
I don't think anybody touched him after that. I think he was let go, and I don't think he played another down in the NFL. And he was he was a pretty decent running back. Michael Vick did something much worse, in my opinion, than Colin Kaepernick, and got another chance, served prison time, and got another chance. Now, why? They're both black quarterbacks. Because Michael Vick was a much better quarterback than Colin Kaepernick. So in some sense, talent's if you're good enough, you can overcome certain things. If you're playing, teams will overlook things. Will overlook Terrell Owens, who will get in the Hall of Fame one day, was known as a distraction on a lot of teams that he played for. And he played for several teams because he was above average. So I really think Colin Kaepernick is struggling because not only, he was a distraction, and maybe there's some teams that are saying, I don't want that, or, I don't know if it has as much to play with.
So are you saying his talent isn't as good as it should be? If he had more talent, he would be moving on? It would be a better chance for him?
Oh, yeah. If he were if he were above average, I'm not saying he has to be the top, but if he was like, say, top 15 quarterback, or even top 12, somebody would sign him. I just don't think I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's just not above average. He's adequate. If you have a great defense, decent offensive line, and a running game, and there's plenty of quarterbacks like that. I'm not just dogging Colin Kaepernick. Listen, that position, there's very few that are at the top of their game that are above, that are, Tom Brady like.
Right.
There's very few out there.
So they want perfection.
But I think he'll play again this year. I think somebody will pick him up eventually.
Yeah, they're going to trick him. They're going to get a discount. I think they're trying to get that discount. They're going to wait it out, and they're going to see what's going to happen. But like BD says over here in Periscope, he says the NFL is ran by old white men.
Well, I mean, that's true. I'm not going to disagree with that statement, but at the end of the day, you're not really. There were plenty of black players on those old white men's teams, so I don't think I don't think it's as much. I think he'll get a team. Now it may have something to do with it. I'm not gonna just turn a blind eye and say they're not giving him they're not staying away from him because of that controversy, that so-called controversy. To me, it was dumb. I mean, it's a non-issue, but some people, that's my opinion. But if he came to, in other words, if I had Johnny Manziel and Colin Kaepernick to choose from as a backup quarterback for my team down here, I would want Colin Kaepernick. He's much better than Johnny Manziel.
But why you got to be a backup? Why can't he be the first quarterback? Why can't he be ace out? Why can't he be the main quarterback?
Well, he wouldn't be down here because we have Drew Brees. But
right.
There's somebody out there that probably could. That would start, I think, you got the Browns out there. You got a few teams that are always the Jets. A few teams out there that could use a starting quarterback, Now, we'll see if they, like you said, maybe they're going for the discount. But see, what he has to do is take that opportunity and then put it on the field and take that one-year contract. And then if he plays lights out, he'll get a huge contract a year after. You know what I mean? They'll be forced to give him more money.
Maybe. Well, you got to stay healthy for that, though. You got to remember, we talking about football. These dudes getting banged upside the head. You got to stay healthy, too. What if he don't stay healthy? He hasn't been healthy anyway. So, once you start getting tore up and beat up and you're hurting, how well can you perform then?
Yeah, I know. I mean, we're seeing Cam Newton in Carolina take a lot of beating, and it's already starting to take a toll on him, I think. I think he's starting to feel some of those hits that, when he was a younger guy, he could recover a lot faster. But, yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying as far as that goes. But, I mean, I'm just saying if he gets a starting opportunity, he may have to take a pay cut. He may have to, but maybe he shows up and plays lights out and gets a huge contract. But, that's his situation at this point. Now, is it because he took a knee? Maybe.
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 You take a knee, and now you got to be free. All right, Steven, thanks for calling in, all right?
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Bye.
That's how we're doing it, y'all. 516-418-5565 is the phone number. 516-418-5565. That's the number to call if you want to get in and say that you can begin. I want to let you hear what Donald Trump was saying. He was talking some smack the other day about Colin Kaepernick, basically talking about that tweet. Let's hear what he had to say. The Trumpster.
Opportunity. And your San Francisco quarterback, I'm sure nobody ever heard of him. I'm just reporting the news. There was an article today. I love to report the news, and then they said I made a mistake, right? I said, no, the people reporting the news made a mistake if it's wrong. But there was an article today, it was reported, that NFL owners don't want to pick him up because they don't want to get a nasty tweet from Donald Trump. Do you believe that? I just saw that. I said, if I remember that one, I'm going to report it to the people of Kentucky. Because they like it when people actually stand for the American flag, right? Our struggling industries are going to be revitalized. And you know, your San Francisco quarterback, I'm sure nobody ever heard of him. I'm just reporting the news. There was an article today. I love to report the news, and then they said I made a mistake, right? I said, no, the people reporting the news made a mistake if it's wrong. But there was an article today, it was reported, that NFL owners don't want to pick him up because they don't want to get a nasty tweet from Donald Trump. Do you believe that?
That's your boy, Donald Trump, keeping himself going. You say Donnie is a jerk. Nobody ever heard of him, but he's talking about, so he's so bothered. Yeah, I think he felt it. Well, you know, he got to keep himself in the limelight. And Donald Trump does have his own problems, like you're saying over here on Periscope. Most definitely. He has his own things to do. He's such a joke to me. Who, Donald Trump's a joke to you, huh? They don't want to get a nasty tweet from Donald Trump. That's crazy. So he's mad, or he just wanted to make sure he put that on blast. He said that, let me see, when was that? A couple days ago. Last week, actually. Last Monday. You cannot find any good in him. You cannot take him seriously. Wow. It's just a funny joke to keep the rile going up. This is what I support. I don't support anything. What are you talking about, BD? I support this. I don't support madness. I just support the truth. If you're telling the truth, we'll look at the truth. If you're lying, we're going to pull it out. So you know there's been some lying going on as well. We're going to take a look at that too, how Donald Trump had a massive failure this Friday with the repealing and replacing of Obamacare. He had to try it, but he couldn't do it. He had all kind of reasons on why. He had reasons on whose fault it was. It was everybody's fault. But we're going to look at that in complete detail after we come back from this quick timeout. The phone number is 516-418-5565. If you want to call in, 516-418-5565. Be right back with more of the Chris Monroe Show. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe, and I know you're ready for summertime, because I've been ready. But this is what you can do, baby girl. Rock this dashiki shirt or a dashiki skirt. Show those legs. Let them know that you ain't playing, baby. Black girl magic. Rock it just like this or put some stretch pants on. Do it the way you do it. You know how we do it. Go ahead and get yours at chrismonroestl.com. Sizes small through extra large are available and get free shipping at chrismonroestl.com. Live Soap School is more than just soap. It's a way of life. After completing this process, you'll learn how to make cold process, hot process, melt and pour your own soap, start your own home-based business, make an additional income. Learn more at livesoapschool.com. Sign up today. Enroll for this great course and learn from an expert. LiveSoapSchool.com is the place to go. Make money and have fun. It's too easy. Now, once you get to the site, make sure you select Enroll in Live Soap School. That's LiveSoapSchool.com. Are you seeking an affordable way to promote your business, product, service, nonprofit organization, or even an event? Visit ChrisMonroeSTL.com. There are several options available for advertising opportunities. Find out advertising rates at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Promote within the website itself. Promote on our YouTube videos. Promote everywhere within our network. Be heard, be found, increase sales. ChrisMonroeSTL.com is the place to find out more. Several options are available that will go with any budget. ChrisMonroeSTL.com. I'm not sure if anybody told you, but you need to become a member of the I Stay Woke clique. Join at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Get a free membership or a premium membership, goodies and more. ChrisMonroeSTL.com. This is the Student Master Teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, and we got some brand new products in that you're going to like. Check out this red, black, and green beaded necklace all the way around. RBG colors in style. Put it around your neck and show them your Pan-African spirit. What about this ankh in black background with the fire? Ooh, makes you feel good. Or the classic antique ankh style. Get all that and more, plus get free shipping at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. That's ChrisMonroeSTL.com. This is the Student Master Teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, reminding you about the Chris Monroe Show each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we chop it up about current events, news, politics, entrepreneurship, and a whole lot more. But guess what? We're trying to expand this show. That's right. We want to make it at least 5 days a week, maybe even more, and you can help. You can help by going to GoFundMe.com/I Stay Woke. Help us out with our GoFundMe campaign. Just launched it, and we need your support. Go ahead and give $5, $10, $20, even more. Give what you can, and if not, go ahead and share it out to your Twitter and Facebook. It's much greatly appreciated. All you got to do is go to GoFundMe.com/I Stay Woke. Do what you do. Be who you be. And you know what else? I'ma see you before you see me.
Hey, do you know where I can find those RBG banners?
Yeah, man. Just go down to iShopWoke.com. That's the new website with RBG gear, jewelry, accessories, and a whole lot more.
Well, what do you got there? Like pillows and stuff like I see all the time?
Yeah, the pillows. You can get them in multiple colors. You can make all types of stuff. Customized orders and wholesale orders are welcome. Just go to iShopWoke.com to order. iShopWoke.com is the new website. Check it out today. Get free shipping. Don't forget iShopWoke.com.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're back live with the Chris Monroe Show. You got an opinion? You want to voice your opinion? All you got to do now. Dial that number, 516-418-5565. You heard me? 516-418-5565. Don't forget to press the 1. Back to the show.
President Trump is shifting the blame for his failed attempt to repeal and replace Obamacare. The president yesterday criticized Republicans who did not support the GOP health care bill. He also offered to work with Democrats to push through his future policies.
Now, we still don't know what Mr. Trump's next move is, but he did speak with House Speaker Paul Ryan twice over the weekend. The president also gave a shout out to one of Ryan's critics. Major Garrett is at the White House with the fallout from the collapse of the health care plan. Major, good morning.
Good morning. So what do you have after a big, conspicuous legislative defeat? Well, finger-pointing and recriminations, of course, and these are bitter times for President Trump and his emerging relationship with congressional Republicans because they can't even keep the blame game straight.
I think is a real shame, and I think the president's disappointed in a number of people that he thought were loyal to him that weren't.
White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus joined President Trump in pointing the accusatory finger at the Freedom Caucus and to conservative political groups. Mr. Trump wrote on Twitter Sunday, Democrats are smiling in D.C. that the Freedom Caucus, with the help of Club for Growth and Heritage, have saved Planned Parenthood and Obamacare.
But they're very good people.
That was a very sharp turn from Friday when the president said this about the Tea Party-inspired Freedom Caucus.
No, I'm not betrayed. They're friends of mine.
With Republicans running all of Washington, Mr. Trump initially blamed Democrats.
We had no votes from the Democrats. They weren't going to give us a single vote, so it's a very difficult thing to do.
But Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said the White House barred his party from serious negotiations.
The president never called us once about this. They came on board with repeal, which they knew every Democrat would oppose, and no one believes that.
The president and his team, humbled by GOP disarray, are now looking across the aisle for help on equally tough legislative challenges.
Is the Republican Party capable of governing? I know the man in the White House is capable of governing.
Publicly, the president stood with House Speaker Paul Ryan after he declared Obamacare repeal dead.
I like Speaker Ryan. He worked very, very hard.
But nevertheless promoted Judge Jeanine Pirro's Fox News program Saturday night.
Paul Ryan needs to step down.
Which opened with a full-on assault on the speaker.
The reason? He failed to deliver the votes on his health care bill.
The White House said it was nothing personal. Ryan's spokeswoman said Speaker Ryan and the president's relationship is stronger than ever right now. Even so, the president and the speaker find themselves in something akin to a legislative desert. No big accomplishments and none on the horizon, at least anytime soon. Tax reform and infrastructure spending, this White House says, are next, but the same GOP divisions loom, and Democrats, sensing weakness in this White House, appear as opposed to Mr. Trump's agenda as ever.
Major, there's also a story in the Washington Post that suggests that the president is going to have Jared Kushner lead a SWAT team to fix and to help government with business ideas.
Yes, the Office of American Innovation. The idea is Jared Kushner, husband of daughter Ivanka, and a very powerful force within this White House, will lead corporate America and this emerging Trump administration into a new union dealing with inefficiencies in the federal bureaucracy. Changing the Veterans Administration, for example, dealing with other entrenched bureaucracies in the federal government. What this tells us is Jared Kushner is expanding his role within this White House, working on things that the executive branch can do all by itself, diminishing the role of this executive branch and Congress, and quite possibly the White House Chief of Staff, Reince Priebus, who, as we all know, was brought into this White House to fix things with Congress, and after the Obamacare defeat, well, things don't look so solid on that front.
And there you have it. Donald Trump takes his first and major defeat trying to repeal and replace Obamacare. They shut that junk down. They said, nah, man, you ain't finna come in here messing with Obamacare. We care like Obama do, and we don't want you to come in here with your dudes and do what you do. You say this administration is a joke? Well, they made a joke of it with that one. CBS is communist bull. Ooh, I got you. It's going to get worse than this. So you think he's going to have more failures? Impeach the whole damn regime. Wow, I hear you, Shabaka. You say impeach them all. Get them all out of there. Well, they're trying to bounce back from this because you would think that, you know, he said this is the first thing he's going to do when he becomes president. I'm going to get in and repeal and replace Obamacare. First thing, right? They said, nah, what you doing, homie? You don't know me. Yeah, first defeat. Well, first major legislative defeat. Not just his first defeat. You know, you can count other stuff too, you know, like they say the bankruptcies and all this other stuff. But, you know, when it comes to governing, this is his first major defeat where you would think that they had a chance in actually going in and repealing and replacing Obamacare. Trump screw divided within. Wow. So, you know, it's just one of those things that when it comes to politics, so he was blaming, basically saying that it was the Democrats' fault for not giving us not even one vote. And then there was a bunch of Republicans that didn't really give any votes. So, let's see, taxes are next along with the infrastructure. Exactly. And I saw something online saying that they wasn't even talking about that. They said it was talking about exploring space. That's like another big initiative that's been put out. So I don't know how they jumped from that to that. I live in Ireland. I'm embarrassed when people ask about Trump. Wow. Why would you be embarrassed in Ireland for Trump? You don't have to deal with Trump. You are now live on the Chris Monroe Show, where we do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we talk about the news, politics, current events, and so much more. It's a call-in show. The phone number's right above, right over there, somewhere up there, 516-418-5565. That's the number. Wait till Comey comes with the Russian stuff, with the Russian hammer. You never know. They say Comey's they want him to step down, so I don't know. You can't make all these people happy. What's going on? Comedian Micah over here on Periscope. We are streaming live on Periscope and on Facebook Live. If you haven't, go ahead and share it out to your Twitter, share it out to your Facebook, and invite your followers if you're over here on the Scoposphere. Shatera, what's going on, sister? Good to see you as well. But is anybody surprised that this was a failure? Put in a 3 for yes and a 1 for no. Were you surprised that Donald Trump wasn't able to get this legislative victory? A 3 for yes and a 1 for no. Because I thought he was going to do some things. Now, I didn't think it was going to be as easy as he thought it was going to be. Just come in and I'm going to change all this stuff. I'm a new sheriff in town. Look at my belt. I didn't think it was going to be like that. But, you know, you got to try something. Comey needs to step down. Maybe. I don't trust them for real. I don't trust any of these people in the government. I say get them all out of there and start over again. So we got a 1 from Butcher Beats, a 1 from N.O. Saints, a 1 from Chick. Wow, nobody's surprised. They just knew he was going to go in there and screw it up. Donnie is a con. Wow. A con job. He's going to make America great again, though. Remember? This is one way to do it. Put them congressmen to work. He making them work, though, right? I thought I was going to go along with. You thought I was going to go along with it. I did, too. But, you know, you never know what these people are going to do. It's all about the money. I mean, when you think about it, think about how much money Obamacare brought to these pharmaceutical companies and all of these people. You think they're going to let Trump come in there and just change that? You know how many people eating off of that? Think about it. The numbers tell you everything. When you really stop and say, wait a minute, if they got this repealed and taken out, isn't it a lot of people that's going to be hurting? And we ain't talking about physically hurting like the old and the sick and all of that stuff. We talking about the people that got the money involved. Because it always comes back to the money. Because what they tell you to do, follow the money. If you follow that money, you'll see the truth. Mr. Art of the Deal couldn't close. That's true. He couldn't close the deal. He could not close the deal. But does that mean he can't do anything else? Does this shut him down all the way going forward? It's got more to do. Republicans couldn't co-sign that slop. Well, the thing was, the Republicans said it was too much like Obamacare, so they didn't want to agree to it. It had too much government in it. Too much government telling you what you can do or cannot do with your body. That's for women and people like that. So, you know, it's a sad case. But the blame game has begun. Who do you blame for this, though? Who do you blame? Do you blame Democrats for not supporting? Do you blame the Republicans for not supporting their president that got them more power than any other president ever before in history? Do you blame Trump himself? Do you blame Paul Ryan? They said Paul Ryan needs to step down as Speaker of the House. Who do you blame? You got to blame somebody. You knew it was serious when town meetings started happening. Yeah, you knew it was serious. But I just knew that it was no way. His credibility he had is a little bit shot. Yep. It's shot. I think he tried too early. It hasn't built any relationships. Now, that's a good one, Zakiya. That is a good one there. He didn't build some good positive relationships. He should have took out some little bitty, you know, things that are simple, knock those out first, and then hit them with the big hammer. Come in on it, hammer time. You can't go in there trying to take over some major initiative and you haven't built any relationships, built a rapport, built that know, like, and trust factor. He should know that. He's a salesman, right? He does, you know, business. Build that know, trust, and like factor. Then you come in and you do that major initiative. Not the first thing out the gate. Let's go in and repeal Obamacare. But he was trying to, I guess, keep his word with the American people. They wouldn't remove the pre-existing conditions and the 26-year-old rule. Exactly. Because those rules were rules that should have been kept. There's nothing wrong with those. Donnie Trump is the blame. He's the president. Yep, the buck stops with the number one person. The buck stops with the president. I hear you. I hear you. When you have president that tweets about NFL player in China, yeah, you're right. He doing all his other stuff. Got to do the real work. I hear you. I hear you. But this is a call-in show, 516-418-5565, 516-418-5565. Let's see, I got a little clip on what Trump was saying as well. Let's see here. He said he never said he was going to do this immediately. That's what he said. So let's see it out of the horse's mouth. I like to take the words right out. I don't want people to say, well, you said, he said. I like to know exactly what they said before I say what they said. Let you hear what they said first. And here's what Donald Trump said. He disappointed in the Freedom Caucus.
I'm here, 64 days? I never said repeal and replace. I'm here, 64 days? I never said repeal and replace Obamacare. You've all heard my speeches. I never said repeal it and replace it within 64 days. I have a long time. Obamacare is going to be repealed and replaced. Obamacare.
Wait a minute. Run that back one more time.
I'm here, 64 days? I never said repeal and replace Obamacare. You've all heard my speeches. I never said repeal it and replace it within 64 days. I have a long time. Obamacare is going to be repealed and replaced. Obamacare. We're going to have a strong country again, and Obamacare has to go. We can't afford it. It's no good. You're going to end up with great health care for a fraction of the price, and that's going to take place immediately after we go in, okay? Immediately. Here, 64 days? I never said repeal and replace Obamacare. You've all heard my speeches. I never said repeal it and replace it within 64 days. I have a long time. Obamacare is going to be repealed and replaced. Obamacare.
He got caught lying like a mofo. I never said that. Wait. I never said that. What are you talking about? That was a problem, though. He should have never said that he's going to do it on day one. He should have just said, I'm going to do it. But when he said he's going to do it on day one, that messed him up. He meant 90 days, not 64. Exactly. What's up, Live with Lovely over here on Periscope? Good to see you. So it's crazy. It's crazy. What's up, Stephanie Derrick over here on Facebook Live? He needs to be replaced with something we can afford. Wow. It can be replaced. Okay, I thought you said he could be replaced. Okay. I ain't surprised at what y'all say over here on Periscope. Y'all say a little bit of everything. This is the Chris Monroe Show. We do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. You say the nose is growing because he lying through his teeth. So you think that was a lie? You think he lied? Or did he just misspeak? Or did you just misinterpret what he really meant? He really didn't mean that. He kind of meant it, but he kind of didn't meant it. Did that make sense? You know what I'm saying? He didn't really mean what he said. It kind of just came out like that, and you heard it that way. He heard it like that. So that wasn't really how it really happened. That's your boy, Donald J. Trump. He should be replaced. Too expensive, orange idiot. Wow. If his lips are moving, it must be lies. Wow. Let's see here. Stop it. I gotcha. You say he been lying. Well, you know, they lie a little bit. All politicians lie a little bit. I mean, we all can give them a 2% chance of lying. At least, right? At least a 2% chance. You just can't be lying like saying you can keep your doctor and then you find out in Obamacare that you couldn't keep your doctor. You know, that's kind of lying too. So basically all these politicians lie, right? All of them. I think every last one of them lie. I wouldn't put anything past any of them. I'm going to take some of your phone calls at 516-418-5565. Make sure you press the 1. That's 516-418-5565. Let's see who we got here from the 323 area code. You're now live on the Chris Monroe Show. Who is this?
Chris, how you doing today, brother? How's everything in the STL?
Shabaka, what's happening, bro? Chilling out here in the STL. We had a rainy day, but it was all right out here. What's going on in your world?
Yes, sir. Okay, on my show last night, I was talking about the ethos of the Dred Scott decision, man, but I'll talk to you or inbox you about that later. But what I'm saying is, man, I'm digging on your podcast right now, man, and I'm also looking at CNN. Impeach the whole regime, man. Go there, hook them and book them, man. Lock them up, Trump, Sessions, all of them. And then if you look at these guys that he's appointing to these positions, man, and if you look at all this collusionary sinistercism that they got going on. Yes, and then I'm very, very happy to see that these dudes are divided within themselves, because that is a good thing. Let them tumble from within. Also, too, I'm wondering about Trump's psychological abilities to deal with this job.
Because this is a stressful job. That orange hair is about to turn gray.
Yes, sir. And then not to mention the fact, that I've been seeing across the net as well, too, about all these young sisters that's missing in the D.C. area. And also, too, I want to know where are all these feminists at in regard, for their rights and their well-being. And then I'm gathering information, talking about they might be victims of sex trafficking or what have you. And I will be definitely making a podcast on the next couple of days in regard to that issue. So definitely give us a call, man, and you know my number. You see it up there all the time. But, yeah, man, but keep up the great work that you're doing right there. And like I said, man, to anybody and everybody that's out there listening, this is Shabaka Sankarov, Shabaka's Black Expense Enhanced, and impeach the whole damn regime, man. This is a collusionary crew, man. These dudes here, man, it's all sinister, man. It's all bad.
So were you surprised at all, though, when you found out that he wasn't able to repeal and replace this Obamacare, this number one thing he's supposed to do when he get in office? Were you shocked that he wasn't able to finish and close the deal?
Yeah, exactly. No, I wasn't shocked, it's because, first of all, we have to look at the fact that Trump is a businessman, number one. And two, the dude is a billionaire. And then let's look at all the money that the taxpayers are spending for his Secret Service security down there at his resort that he's going to call the Winter White House. And then let's look at how he's about to take funding away from the Environmental Protection Agency. So therefore, there goes the air quality. There goes the water quality. Then his business with the pipeline that he's got going on. And then his approval rating, man, from what I understand, is less than 40%. And that took a nosedive less than his first 100 days being in office. So impeach all these dudes, man, and also impeach the ones and arrest the ones that are working with him as well, too.
Say, get them all out of there. Get them all. Clean out. Drain the swamp, like he would say, but drain it of everybody.
Exactly, because I think it got more further polluted, man, with more toxic chemicals put into it. Look at your boy Jeff Sessions, man. Check out what he's doing. He's talking about taking away the sanctuary status, man, for all the cities that, quote-unquote, that hide the illegals. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I just saw on CNN where the city of Los Angeles, they said they're not going to do it. And then not to mention the fact that the state of California has put it in the press out here that they don't want nobody bidding on that wall on the California portion of it, as far as contractors are concerned. And they're talking about sanctioning the contractors, that got state licenses as contractors from bidding on the wall. So, just what is really going on with this cat?
Yeah, you never know. All right, Brother Shabaka, tell everybody when your show is and where they can find it when you're coming on again.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Okay, stay tuned to my page, Shabaka's Black Experienced Enhanced. There's where we do all our updates on, and our next segment is going to definitely be on the missing girls, and we're getting ready to schedule a date, time, and a place, and we're forming that now. So it should be up there on within the next week, so definitely, keep an eye on my wall, Chris.
Cool, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. All right, have a great one.
All right, peace. All right, that's how we do it, y'all. 516-418-5565. That's the phone number if you want to chime in. 516-418-5565. You're now live on the Chris Monroe Show, where we do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, talking about these news, these politics, and these current events. And we take your calls in. Plus, we do some powerful interviews. Make sure you check out the interview we did last week with the Irritated Genie. He broke down some deep knowledge for you. That's on my replay on here on Periscope, or you can watch it at chrismonroestl.com right back there. So, yep, that's how we doing it, y'all. And this stuff is sad, really, when you look at it, because Donald Trump, let's see here, he played the blame game. He blamed everybody. He made everybody the victim. He was the one, I guess, but he made everybody else it. So I guess he got to take this lump and try to move on from it. Do you think he can bounce back from this? What's up, Frank Salas? I see you, bro, over here on Periscope. So, it's do you think he can bounce back from this defeat, though? This is his main thing. He's supposed to be able to bounce back. and come on back stronger, bigger, and better than ever. He said Trump is a clown. Anybody who supports him is stupid. Well, when you put him next to Hillary Clinton, it really wasn't too much choice. So, you know, that's how he got in there, if you want to really know the truth. It was kind of easy. What's going on, Elizabeth? Good to see you too as well. But this is the day we live in. This is the life. So I want to let you hear what D.L. Hughley had to say. He had something to say about this Trump fiasco. Let's take a listen in. You know, he had to tear into him and keep it real. D.L. Hughley, you know, he don't really like Trump too much. But, you know, when you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth, right? You can't lie and hide from the truth. All right, let's see what he had to say.
Back and forth. So by now, I'm sure most of you have heard about the repeal, the failure of the Trump administration to repeal of the Affordable Care Act, which they like to refer to as Obamacare. One of the reasons that failed is for one of the reasons that many things that Trump has done failed. He never takes responsibility for anything that goes wrong. Anything. I defy you, even in his short tenure, to show me a time where he stepped up and said, I made a mistake. That, the Health Care Act, or the repeal of that was doomed from the beginning because it only had a 17% approval rating. Here's what happens when rich white people only listen to rich white people. They only hear their stories. Even when they were in the discussing what to do about it, none of them had the experience of needing anything from government. None of them knew what it was like. It's very wealthy men sitting around with women, deciding what women and less fortunate people should do with their bodies and should do with their health care. It was all of them deciding and deeming what was necessary, and they thought everybody felt the way they did. He has never taken responsibility for anything that went wrong. Oh, it's the Democrats. Oh, it's the Republican Congress. Oh, it's Paul Ryan. Every single thing. When the Muslim ban got, oh, it's the judges. Oh, it was Whitron. Oh, I didn't have any support. Oh, we're going to court. Leaders lead, and leaders, you learn more from losing than you ever have from winning. You learn how to reflect and see what you did wrong. And the reason he's had 6 bankruptcies, because he's never done that. He's never been introspective. He's never said, what part did I play in this? 6 times this dude has started a venture, and that's why when people are hopeful that he will learn from his mistake, there's no evidence that he's ever done it. There's no evidence that a man who's at the Trump Steaks failed. The airlines failed. Water failed. This dude had failed in the 90s in Atlantic City. In Atlantic City, in the 90s, the only people who didn't make money, virtually every demographic, every single one, had an uptick in finances in the 90s, except for black men. They were the only ones, and that was because primarily when there was that large shift to a lot of men going to prison. The only people who didn't make money in the 90s was black men, and they were in jail, and Donald Trump. So if you lost money in the 90s, you are not, you're not a genius, you're a nigga. That's what the deal is. He has failed so many times because he lacks perspective. He can never see his party play. He never can see. He failed, and how do you snatch defeat as a victory? Everything was set up for you to win. You had the Congress, you had the Senate, you had the will of the people, you have a high approval rating among the nut jobs that love you, and you still fail? And you fail because you don't know how to lead. You know how to be loud. You know how to talk about leading. Leaders take ownership when something goes wrong. They don't look to blame anybody else. Leaders look they look inward to see what part they played and what they can do to be better. The only way you ever get better at anything, even a loss teaches you more. A loss teaches you more than a victory. Either you succeed or you learn. He's not learning because he never places the onus on himself. And he's doing the thought of putting him in charge of the country. What's happening to him is what's happening to almost every other venture that he's ever had. It is failing. The only time Trump has really been successful is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th season of The Apprentice. And this is not that show. All right, we got a little, that was a note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show. Back and forth. So by now, I'm sure most of you have heard about the repeal.
There you have it. There you have it. He dropped a lot of stuff in there. D.L. Hughley, he was trying to keep it real for you. Did you agree with what he was saying there? Because he was saying a lot of stuff. He's basically saying that Donald Trump won't take responsibility. He didn't take responsibility for the problems, for the winning and the losing, or whatever the situation is. You have to take responsibility. I mean, he had some good points there. The only thing we could say, Trump is a terrorist attack in America. What? I didn't see what that said. That went by too quick. Let me cheat and go back. The only thing that can save Trump is a terrorist attack here in America. Ooh, now that's deep. Then he'll look presidential and strong because we're going to bomb the hell out of ISIS. We're going to bomb the hell out of them. Trump turned $1 million into billions. He's a failure? Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call him that, but, you know, it is what it is. What's going on, Jazzy Juju B? Good to see you, sister. Long time no see. But, you know, D.L. Hughley did just drop the truth on him. He said it was a failure of responsibility of Donald Trump. On this particular issue, you can't really say all of them, but, you know, when he said that there's a track record of showing that he never learns from his mistakes. Now, that may be true. That just might be true. Because when was a time where you could say, well, he learned from it and adjusted? That you can recall. I didn't see any. You know, he was right on that note. You know, when you're right, you're right. You can't be mad when somebody right. That's the only thing I can say. Because, you know, you want to be upset and say, well, that ain't fair that they did this and that. Well, it's just how the game go. You got to play this game to win, right? You want to win or you want to lose. Or you want to choose or you want to snooze. Preach, preach, cool. That's how we do it, y'all. This is the Chris Monroe Show. We do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we chop it up on these news, these politics, current events, and so much more. This is a call-in show at 516-418-5565, 516-418-5565. So Donald Trump was not able to repeal and replace Obamacare. It happened, and now everybody's wondering, well, how did it happen? And now, since he can't repeal and replace it, it's done. They won't even go back looking at it again. It's going to be here for the foreseeable future. You say stupid is as stupid does. He made billions in the last few years. That's right. What's going on, French God? Thanks for inviting your followers over here on Periscope. We are streaming live on Periscope and on Facebook Live simultaneously. We're trying to get it going. That's right. That's the link right there. ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Links in the bio over here on Periscope. Join the I Stay Woke clique if you want to stay woke. All right. So what we want to talk about here next is going to be this, why does Snoop Dogg and T.I. hate Donald Trump? Because there's a real reason why they hate him. Because at first you kind of look at it and you say, well, a lot of people hate Trump for this or that or whatever reason. But I'm going to show you in the next segment here exactly why. I got a nice video to show you. And we're going to look at that right after this brief time out. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with more of The Chris Monroe Show. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe, and I know you're ready for summertime, because I've been ready. But this is what you can do, baby girl. Rock this dashiki shirt or a dashiki skirt. Show those legs. Let them know that you ain't playing, baby. Black girl magic. Rock it just like this or put some stretch pants on. Do it the way you do it. You know how we do it. Go ahead and get yours at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Sizes small through extra large are available and get free shipping at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Live Soap School is more than just soap. It's a way of life. After completing this process, you'll learn how to make cold process, hot process, melt and pour your own soap, start your own home-based business, make an additional income. Learn more at livesoapschool.com. Sign up today. Enroll for this great course and learn from an expert. Livesoapschool.com is the place to go. Make money and have fun. It's too easy. Now, once you get to the site, make sure you select Enroll in Live Soap School. That's livesoapschool.com. Are you seeking an affordable way to promote your business, product, service, nonprofit organization, or even an event? Visit chrismonroestl.com. There are several options available for advertising opportunities. Find out advertising rates at chrismonroestl.com. Promote within the website itself. Promote on our YouTube videos. Promote everywhere within our network. Be heard, be found, increase sales. chrismonroestl.com is the place to find out more. Several options are available that will go with any budget. chrismonroestl.com. I'm not sure if anybody told you, but you need to become a member of the I Stay Woke clique. Join at chrismonroestl.com. Get a free membership or a premium membership, goodies and more. chrismonroestl.com. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, and we got some brand new products in that you're going to like. Check out this red, black, and green beaded necklace all the way around. RBG colors in style. Put it around your neck and show them your Pan-African spirit. What about this ankh in black background with the fire? Ooh, makes you feel good. Or the classic antique ankh style. Get all that and more, plus get free shipping at chrismonroestl.com. That's chrismonroestl.com. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, reminding you about the Chris Monroe Show each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we chop it up about current events, news, politics, entrepreneurship, and a whole lot more. But guess what? We're trying to expand this show. That's right. We want to make it at least 5 days a week, maybe even more, and you can help. You can help by going to GoFundMe.com/I Stay Woke. Help us out with our GoFundMe campaign. Just launched it, and we need your support. Go ahead and give $5, $10, $20, even more. Give what you can, and if not, go ahead and share it out to your Twitter and Facebook. It's much greatly appreciated. All you got to do is go to GoFundMe.com/I Stay Woke. Do what you do. Be who you be. And you know what else? I'ma see you before you see me.
Hey, do you know where I can find those RBG banners?
Yeah, man. Just go down to iShopWoke.com. That's the new website with RBG gear, jewelry, accessories, and a whole lot more.
Well, what do you got there? Like pillows and stuff like I see all the time?
Yeah, the pillows. You can get them in multiple colors. You can make all types of stuff. Customized orders and wholesale orders are welcome. Just go to iShopWoke.com to order. iShopWoke.com is the new website. Check it out today. Get free shipping. Don't forget iShopWoke.com.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're back live with the Chris Monroe Show. You got an opinion? You want to voice your opinion? All you got to do now. Dial that number, 516-418-5565. You heard me? 516-418-5565. Don't forget to press the 1. Back to the show.
All right, and we are back here live on the Chris Monroe Show, where we chop it up on these news, these politics, and these current events, and so much more each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. What's going on, Vessel? Good to see you, bro. I see you. And Black Lives Matter too. Leo, what's happening, man? Brooklyn, Maine. Thanks for inviting your followers over here on Periscope and sharing it out to your Twitter. And we got the family over here on Facebook Live as well. Michael Sean Smith says, I hope they enjoy when zero health care, when Obamacare goes bankrupt. Uh-oh, it might be going bankrupt. And then what you gonna do? What you gonna do when it come for you? I don't know. It's gonna happen, man. All right, Las Vegas Raiders. What? So Leo, was you surprised when Obamacare wasn't repealed and replaced? It was just sat down and said, you know what, Trump, we big, we bad, and we ain't letting you have it. We're going to let you think you're going to change something, but you're not going to change this one. Too many people get to eat off that plate. So they said, hell no, to the no. They ain't having it. They said, we're not going to change the name of Trump Care or Obamacare to Trump Care. We ain't going to make Trump Care the new household name. We keeping it Obamacare. They ain't letting you change it like that. Say we can't go to Trump Care. I hear you. Let's see here. Republicans finding out it's easier to obstruct than to govern. Yeah. It's hard to be an actual governing body. They were saying that on some of the stuff that I was looking into as well, saying that, well, Donald Trump, they didn't tell him that he couldn't do that because he's just a businessman and, you know, he doesn't know how the legislative process works. Well, somebody got to tell him, right? But like they said before, who you blame it on? The person at the top or the people for not telling the person at the top what they can and cannot do? It's okay. They can still lock her up and build a wall. I hear you, tough guy. They can still do those two things. Yep. What's up, Jake? Thanks for liking the post over here on Facebook Live. But I wanted to get into why T.I. and Snoop Dogg really hate Donald Trump. And before we get into that, Sean Spicer slammed the CNN reporter. I'm going to let you see what happened with that because that was kind of interesting as well. He kind of dropped a bomb on her. He said, no, you ain't going to just come in here just throwing stuff out when it comes to this Russia and all of this. But we're going to take a look at what they said here. And let's see what Sean Spicer had to say to this reporter.
Sarah.
Sean, can you say unequivocally that President Trump did not collude with suspected Russian operatives and coordinate on the release of damaging information to Hillary Clinton's campaign?
So say the first part of it again.
Can you say unequivocally that associates of
See, I
President
think
Trump
this is, with all due, again, yeah. And this is the way that the term associates is flown around. I don't understand what that means. If you're talking about employees of the campaign, employees of the transition, or in the White House, that's one thing. But the way that this term associates gets thrown out, and again, we talked about this yesterday. You pull out a gentleman who was employed by someone for 5 months and talk about a client that he had 10 years ago. No, I can't unequivocally say that nobody ever in his past who may or may not have come in contact with him, who sat next to him at a plane, who grew up with him in grade school, because that's a lot of times this associate.
The gentleman, Paul Manafort, you're referring to as a campaign chairman.
No, I get it, and you're going right. No, I understand who he is. Thank you. I'm well aware of Paul, as I read it out yesterday. But the point that I'm making is when you use a term like associate and you use all of these subjective terms, there's a reason that you're doing it, which is because you don't have anything concrete. If you do, come back to me and ask, does anyone in the White House? Is anyone in the transition? But when you throw out a vague term like that, it's a catch-all. Can you be certain that no one who works for Time Life Turner has ever done anything illegal? I think that's a pretty broad way of casting a net that, or who has visited the building. I mean, that's what you're equivocally saying.
Of anonymous sources, I mean, you clearly have an issue with the way that they have been used among intelligence officials, but people in this White House are often on background. They are often appearing as anonymous sources. Devin Nunes has used an anonymous source to present his intelligence. So why is it acceptable in that case, but not in
But first of all, there's two issues here. Number one is what I have a problem with, and in specific with the reporting that your network did yesterday, is it was one subjective term after another. It was associates that may or may not be there. So all one subjective term after another with no concrete proof that anything happened. No way. When you use a term like associates, you don't even put a time frame around it. It's a little bit nebulous at best to suggest that somebody over and over again making a claim the way you do and the narrative continues without any substantiation. When you're talking about Nunes, there's a reason that with someone who's dealing with classified information can't go out into public and reveal certain things because. No, that's not what he said. I don't think he ever said that anything wasn't classified. But there are certain things that the methods.
He's able to talk about it because it was not classified.
No, he's able to talk about the subject. He cannot talk about the specifics, would be my suggestion, that you can't talk about specifics of a case in terms of the sources and methods and the individuals. Because part of what's happened is that a lot of the individuals who've been masked or unmasked are supposed to be classified. So just because something's gone into the public domain doesn't make it any less unclassified. That's the problem.
Yes. President Trump did not collude with suspected Russian operatives.
So there he is, slamming into the lady, letting her know, don't be asking me all them questions. I'm the spice man. I don't get questioned like that. You don't talk to me like I'm a little fella. I ain't your little fella. But this is what happens when you you try to throw stuff out there. Now, somebody said that this whole thing about Russia is fake news. Maybe. Too distracted to focus on Trump care. Maybe. You never know. It's hard to cover up from Trump. Not Trump, but Trump. All right, we're going to take some of these phone calls at 516-418-5565. That's the phone number. 516-418-5565. Let's see who we got on the line here. Look like we got Brother Leo. Black Lives Matter too. What's happening, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Chris? Brother, how you doing today?
All is well, man. I'm just trying to make $1 out of 12 cents.
I hear you, fam, and hello to everybody in the chat room that I may have missed. I just came in here a little late. But, man, in prime time, I see you, fam. What's up, David? Trump has been doing a lot of losing, fam. When has he won since he's been president? He lost on his so-called Muslim ban, his travel ban. He lost out on that. The stock markets are tanking now because of Trump. He tried to take credit for President Obama's 75 straight months of job creation. That failed. In his health care, whatever he tried to do, Trump care, that failed. Where is he winning? All this winning he said he was going to do, Trump sure is failing quite a bit. And a lot of times, hey, how you doing, Divided We Fall? A lot of times, what's going on, Saint? A lot of times, tell French guy to call up here, he's a clown. A lot of times, man, Trump is sitting back just winging it, bull crapping, not really getting anything done, wasting our time. He's a clown. He's making America remedial again. I would say retarded, but they say retarded is like saying the N-word, so I won't use that per se. Making America remedial again. We're becoming more stupid because of Trump and his administration. I'm trying to tell folks they need to wake up and let this guy go. What do you guys think? What do you think about that?
So you saying he's taking loss after loss after loss, and he ain't getting no wins? Is that what you're trying to say?
He's getting no wins, zero at all. And I know he's trying to wing it. He's trying to bull crap. He's trying to, come up with he's blaming everything on everybody else. And I'm sitting back, man, I go in Trump folks' scopes all the time. They're like French guy. They can't debate. They're clowns. I go in there and think, what has Trump done for you? They try and come up with an old mealy mouth, stupid response. Oh, he repealed TPP. You idiots, TPP was never law. How you going to repeal something that was never an actual law? And they don't know anything. They can't debate. They're really much like Trump. They're making America remedial again. It's becoming more and more stupid. Talking about make America great again, these clowns. But, man, I'm trying to tell you, Chris, there's not one thing Trump can point to and said he's had a great accomplishment in his first, 60 days as president. There's not one. I've asked people, name one thing that Trump has done. They can't do it.
Wow, not even one thing. So can anybody in the chat room give one good accomplishment of Donald Trump? I can give you one, but I'm going to see if somebody else can.
What?
I can give you one. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if somebody else can first before I drop one. Because I got one. I keep one in my back pocket. I keep one good thing for everybody. I even got one thing good for Hillary Clinton, even though she need to be locked up. But I don't even tell anybody. He said, I'll Skype in if I can. You can Skype in, French guy, if you need to, I think. I think it'll connect. Let's see. Hold this, meet Trump supporters. Wow. So, Leo, were you surprised when he was not able to accomplish repealing and replacing Obamacare? Was this not a shock to you? Or you just like, well, this was business as usual. I knew this was going to happen.
There's nothing that shocks me with Donald Trump. I knew he was going to fail. I know he wasn't going to make it to a second term. I have money on this. I got like $3,700 on this, betting folks. He won't get reelected a second term. I have money. Me and you got a little money on it, Chris. He won't get reelected a second term. I think he won't even make it 4 years. Something's going to happen. Me and Elizabeth Biddy been talking about it offline. I think something's going to happen to the dude. He's going to resign, get sick, get impeached. He's not going to even make it 4 years, honestly. So, no, I'm not surprised that he's failing. From day one, I knew he was not ready to be president, and he's not learning. Like D.L. Hughley, you just played his clip. He's not learning. If you want to be president or you want to be good at anything in life, you have to learn and get better. Every time you make a mistake, learn from it, get better and better. He didn't learn from his Muslim ban where he lost out on, tried to repeal his own executive order and put forth another one. That's going to fail, too. His
Trump Care, that failed.
Well, they got somebody got one for you in here, Leo.
Where has he won? I'm trying to figure out where has he won.
Somebody got one for you. They said they put a freeze on federal hiring. Does that count?
That's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. I thought he would look. See how wishy-washy you conservatives are. I thought Trump creates jobs. Freeze on hiring, and that's a good thing. See how wishy-washy you guys are. I thought he creates jobs. He's laying off folks, and you're praising for laying people off.
And then somebody said,
you conservatives, you guys are talking about more job creation.
Let me see. Somebody, Jay Minor. What you guys say? Jay Minor say he dug up all the racists in America. Is that a good thing?
He did what?
He dug up all of the racists in America. He made them all come on out and pull their hood off.
I wouldn't say that. You got to understand how racism, white supremacy works. In the past, it was abstract. Like the Klan, you put the sheet on. All Trump is doing is taking his sheet off. That's not really bringing out more racists. They're just more out in the open. It's not as abstract. They aren't putting their sheets on. Trump took his sheet off, and that's all that is. It's not more or less white supremacy is higher or it's high under Obama, as we know. White supremacy, is high under Obama, it was high under Trump. It's that Trump has his sheet off, and we can see him now.
Wow, so the wool has been pulled off the eyes. All right, I gotcha. So let's see here. Is this French guy calling in? Let me see if I can put him on here too. If it don't.
By the way, they mentioned, Chris, somebody mentioned, I don't know if you heard, brother, Oakland, the Raiders moved to Las Vegas. It's a pretty big deal. We'll probably talk about that next week on your show. But the Raiders moving to Las Vegas, Nevada. That's going to be trouble for them young brothers with gambling and prostitution. Things are going in Las Vegas. But anyway, that's another topic, bro. I just thought I'd get that in there.
Because didn't they say prostitution is legal in Las Vegas, right? Or am I mistaken?
I hear in certain counties, I've been to Las Vegas several times myself. In certain counties, I don't indulge in that, so I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know all that. Okay, I got you, Leo. I didn't mean to ask you that.
I wouldn't know.
All right, so we got N.O. Saint on. Steven, I'm sorry, now who is this? This is French guy on. French guy's on the line. Let me see if I can hear you, though. 1 second. French guy, say something.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, there he is. All right, what you got, French guy? He said that he disagreed with everything you said so far, Leo.
I didn't say that quite so adamantly, but I think that when it comes to Leo, he's kind of mistaken, and he's calling me a clown. Really? He wants to stoop that low? Okay, that's fine. I don't really care. But I don't care about what people think. I care about facts. And here's some facts when it comes to this Russia issue. So number one, there is no dispositive evidence nor direct evidence right now saying that when it comes to Donald J. Trump or his associates, they colluded in order to rig, and I say that in quotes, rig the election. There's nothing like that right now. Could something like that come? Sure. Do I think it's likely? No. The bigger story here is really the collection by the intelligence community of all this information about Trump and his associates. And when Donald Trump tweeted and made the claim that he was being wiretapped, the liberal media, frankly, they're all liberal pretty much, and even some people on Fox News was saying, there's no way that can be true. Well, here's some facts about that. First thing to take a look at is the New York Times reported that there were 2 FISA warrants that came out, or more so that were being requested. The first one was denied by the FISA court, and that's pretty serious. You never have a FISA court denying a warrant to collect intelligence. The second one was approved. Now again, these are reports coming from the New York Times, and it was sourced by people in the intelligence community. Now, what we just saw a few days ago, the chairman of the Select Intelligence Committee, he said he was very troubled by what he saw, that indeed there was evidence that the intelligence community collected information about Donald Trump and his associates during the transition. And let me tie this all together really quickly, and then I'll allow Leo and anyone else to attack me, and that's fine.
Wait a minute. Before we attack you, somebody asked a question before they throw the attacks in. They said, name one thing that Donald Trump has done for you.
He appointed Neil Gorsuch to the U.S. Supreme Court. I think that is a phenomenal pick. A phenomenal pick. I could talk more about that later, but let me go ahead and tie all this stuff about the intelligence thing together, okay? So first, when we take a look at collection, you can have either a direct target, which would be Donald Trump, or you have incidental collection. So you're not really targeting Donald Trump explicitly, but he, or more so his associates, may have been picked up on a call or, through emails or something like that. Now, here's the thing. Here's my theory, and we're going to have to wait to see this actually come out when the investigation is done in Congress. My theory is, remember that first FISA warrant that was declined, that was reported in the New York Times?
Right.
I've got a feeling what they did, the government, under President Barack Obama, maybe he didn't order it personally, I doubt that he did, but they wanted to tap Trump, and that means electronic surveillance. And they denied it. They went back, not that long after, and then they asked the court to approve surveillance of individuals that were associated with Trump. And I think that their motivation, and again, we're going to have to wait for the report to come out, but it's going to say, or I believe this is what happened, that they were really more so trying to get Trump without explicitly targeting him. I mean, it's like Chris, we try to get a warrant against you or something like that. We can't get any information. So instead, we go to all these people that maybe are on your phone, that maybe talk to you, that likely talk to you. And we know that even though we didn't directly target you, you're going to end up picking up a lot of information.
Right.
Now, what does this all mean? I don't know right now. I don't think it amounts to anything illegal, fortunately. But when I look at this, it doesn't necessarily smell really good to me. That's the bigger story. Donald Trump didn't do anything with the Russians to collude for the election. Furthermore, there's no direct evidence of that right now either. So that's what I have to say about the Russia thing.
Okay, let me get Leo back in here. Leo, is he talking some truth here, or is this stuff just all an excuse to give Donald Trump a pass?
Actually, it's nonsensical, and you see how French got deflected. Trump hasn't done anything for him. How is a Supreme Court nominee going to impact your life, French guy? Stop it. You're still a few months back, I slapped you down about that Muslim ban. I told you it wasn't going to go through, and it was unconstitutional.
Leo, you're just so wrong. You're so wrong. There wasn't any deflection here, Leo.
You're wrong on this. You're wrong on the wiretap.
Let him finish his statement, French guy. Go ahead, Leo.
Hey, Chris, you played it on YouTube where Trump admitted Russia was involved in the election, and Trump admitted it. So French guy, he's just one of those spin tactic guys who likes to cause a lot of confusion, man. He acts like he had everything on documented evidence and recorded, French guy. How do you respond to that, man? You were wrong about the Muslim ban. You're wrong about the wiretaps. You're wrong about Trump and Russia. What have you been right about? I know Trump hasn't been right very much. What have you been right about, French guy?
I've been right about everything I just said, and you live in a fact-free world. I don't know. Let's go back to what you just said, Leo. So first, you're the one that's attempting to deflect and not talk about the issue. I called in to talk about Russia. Someone asked me a question about what Trump accomplished, and I answered it, and I quickly moved back on to what I was talking about. There wasn't any deflection. Second, when we take a look at this whole Russia thing, yes, Donald Trump has said that the intelligence community came out and articulated that Russia attempted to get involved in the election. But the thing that you're not looking at, and you can't necessarily parse issues out really well, I don't know why, I think it's probably because of your own political agenda, Leo, Mr. Leo, is that when you look at it, the issue is not about Russia really getting involved in the election. I mean, that is an issue, and that was admitted. It's more so collusion. Whether or not Donald Trump actually colluded with the Russians in order to attempt to influence the election. Leo, do you have a single piece of evidence? Do you have a scintilla of evidence to prove that? And I know what the answer is going to be, Leo. It's going to be no, but I'm willing to hear you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. French guy, you must not know me very well, but I'm very well traveled in the world, and I know you have French ancestry. Tell the people how the French invented syphilis and spread that all around the world. We'll get to that later. But yes, Trump is on videotape in a golden shower in Russia from a prostitute, and they have this on tape, and Russia's blackballing him with this. What more information do you need? reporters have it. I keep telling you this. You guys need to quit messing with Leo. So respond to any of that, and then I'll get back with you.
Chris, let me respond.
Oh, yeah. What do you say to that, French guy?
Well, what I have to say to that is, number one, he couldn't provide me with any evidence. Number two, when people feel cornered, they engage in ad hominem attacks and say, oh, I can't give you something, so therefore you must be a racist. And then you actually bring up other stuff that's not even relevant. It's like this guy can't even think straight. He can't really think. He is so across the board. I had one question. You still didn't answer my question, Mr. Leo. I don't give a shit how well-traveled you are. Answer the question. What evidence do you have to prove right now, right here, that Donald J. Trump actually colluded with the Russians to influence the election? Don't give me hot air. Give me facts. You live in a fact-free world. Prove me wrong. Give me a fact that shows that he did collude with the Russians to influence the election. I'm listening.
Yeah, and I told you before, a French guy has that I'm white and I say so mentality.
You're not even
I've got to heard that, so I'll say it again. Well, I'm white and I say so. So if I say they got the man on tape, they got Trump on tape getting golden showers from prostitutes, of course, you'll see the tape and you still won't even believe it. So when Trump even admits that Russia had something to do with the election, and he admits he won't release his tax returns because he has interest in Russia, and he admits that, oh, I have no relationship with Putin. Well, actually, I do have a relationship with Putin. That right there pretty much is my proof. Case closed. Your case is dismissed, buddy. I don't know what law school you think you're in the world court. You'll get slapped down immediately. You won't stand a chance, buddy. It's not I'm white and I'm say so in the world court. It might work in your little world in the United States. It's not going to work on the world court, buddy.
You don't have any facts. You don't have any evidence. You still can't answer the question. So really, the answer to the question that I'm hearing from you, if I have to put it through a bullcrap, interpretation machine, is that no, I don't have any proof. You don't have any proof.
I gave you 3 examples. I gave you 3 examples. One, you said it's Russia. Your question to me, your question to Leo. Let me recite it for you.
Hold on. So give him the 3 points again, Leo, so we can make sure we got this right.
Make sure that they're very clear too. I'm listening.
Sure. And you said that Trump had any involvement with Russia in the election. I gave you 3 clear examples. One,
well, say them again.
I have no relationship with Putin. I don't know Putin. And all of a sudden, 3 years back, you can see him on tape. Actually, I love Putin. I have a relationship with the guy. Number one, he has a relationship with. 2, he won't release his tax returns that show a direct link between Trump and Russia in banking and business interests. That's number 2. Number 3, he's on tape getting golden showers from prostitutes in Russia. Even if you saw the tape, French guy, you still wouldn't believe it because I'm white and I say so, suspected white supremacist. So case closed. The case is dismissed.
Wow, this guy, good thing he's not a lawyer. He would lose. I take a look at these 3 things that Leo just said.
Well, you got to remember, too, though, French guy, he didn't say that you were a white supremacist. He said suspected white supremacist. So that was smooth with the words. So that was pretty good legal maneuver he just put on you. But go ahead.
Legal maneuver? This guy is fact-free. So number 1, when you take a look at his first point, talking about the extent of a relationship, whether you know the guy or not, that has no nexus or connection to collusion. None. Period. This guy, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Number 2, tax returns. The tax returns. Leo, let me respond to you. Okay? You had your turn, pseudo-counselor. Let me go ahead and respond. Number 2, when you're talking about this whole issue about tax returns, yeah, he hasn't released them. But what evidence do you have, direct or circumstantial, that his tax returns have anything to do with Russia? You have a suspicion, nothing more than that. Third, you're talking about me seeing some tape. Have you seen a tape? In fact, if you would actually pay attention to the news, even the liberal mainstream media, you would know that this has been debunked, completely and utterly debunked by the intelligence community. So, you tell me case closed, you're not even having a foot in the court right now. You can't even go ahead and provide facts. You live in a fact-free world.
Wow.
Well, you know how it is. Chris, I'm not going to
I know how it is. You have no
circular
facts.
argument with a suspected white supremacist like French guy. I'll just leave him on this. There is something in the U.S. Constitution called emoluments clauses. Research that, French guy. Come back next week and you tell me why Trump is still allowed to skirt around that clause, which means he gets a lot of benefits from a lot of folks around the world. Everybody knows this. It's documented. Trump doesn't want to release his tax returns, but we know it. And he's violated this emoluments clause, and he should have to pay a price for that, but he's white, like I said before, and you guys get too much white privilege, and you guys' days are numbered. I'll be the first to tell you I'll be so happy when we can criminalize white supremacy, and guys like French guy, you'll be the first one I'm sure we'll lock up.
And let me go ahead and respond to Leo really quickly, Chris. Two things. In terms of the clause that you're talking about, that's not even in play, including the the ethics department for the federal government. They said it's not even in play. Talk to any legal scholar. Do some research yourself, Leo. You're going to see it's not in play. That particular clause talks about payments and or titles of nobility from overseas. I read the Constitution a few times. Have you? I really doubt it. Doesn't sound like it. Okay? It's not in play. The second thing is you want to go ahead and have a law to lock up anyone that's white supremacy or a white supremacist or is suspected of being a white supremacist. I'm going to tell you what, I'm not. You know what I would really love? I would love that when it comes to liberal black racists like you that go ahead and throw around terms, we can lock your ass up. How about that?
What do you say to that, Leo? They said lock you up because you're a black liberal racist. You going to take that, Leo?
You know I won't. Number one, I'm not a liberal. You know, that's a standard tactic of a suspected white supremacist. They like to tell blacks what we are and what we are not. I bet he thinks I have back child support, too. You know how ignorant white supremacists, suspected white supremacists like French guy are. So now I'm a liberal all of a sudden. He knows I'm independent, or he should know. He's been in enough debates. He's seen me before. He see how I work. So, no, I'm not really worried about French guy and his rhetoric. He knows the reason why white supremacy should be criminalized, because you guys owe us a debt. And we were the only ones as African Americans who are oppressed in this country. And if you know anything about the world, you should know how the Nazi Germans whipped up on your guys in French and made you guys surrender in 1940. French guy, I know you know your history about the Nazis whipping up on you guys. To this day, 2017 is the point. Nazi Germany, any citizen in Germany, if they talk about the Nazis, they talk about the Holocaust, Nazis, anything like that, they go to jail. We need that in the United States when white supremacists talk about, oh, slavery wasn't that bad or it was so far ago. Talk this rhetoric like French guy talks. You should be put in jail just like Germans today are put in jail in 2017 if they talk about the Holocaust didn't exist or Hail Hitler, like your boy, what's his name, Sean Spencer. That's his name? The dude from alt-right? Talking about Hail Hitler.
That's my boy.
That's French guy's ancestry. That's French guy's ancestry.
All right, let me let you get your final word in, French guy, so I can wrap this segment up. Let me get your final word, French guy.
What I do know about Leo is that he is not looking at facts. He can't articulate facts. And more so when you take a look at him being not necessarily pinned in a corner, even though he's surely sounding like he is because he can't respond, that's when individuals, and talk about a tactic, whether liberal or independent, and I'm not talking about black folks, I'm talking about Leo right over here. Leo's an individual. You know, that's when people like him throw these attacks, personal attacks, when they can't respond. Leo, I'll tell you what, how about you read the Constitution? How about you get some facts underneath your belt? And when you're ready, we can actually have a real debate. I love debates with liberals or independents, as you would call yourself, fact-free people. That's fine. But the thing is, though, have an honest debate and don't go ahead and try to distract and engage in red herrings. That's what I would say.
All right. Thanks for calling in, French guy.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And Leo, I'll give you your final word on this topic as well.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Chris. Great show as always. You see how that was an easy win for Leo. Hey, French guy, go back and rewatch this replay and see how many bombs I just dropped on you. You probably didn't even know that about your own history, surrendering in Nazi Germany in 1940. You old clown. You should surrender to me right now. One, I'm not a liberal, as I told you. And, man, I don't really want to debate you, man. It's a waste of my time. What happened to Shada? You were supposed to debate her last week. She would have wiped the floor with you.
Woo!
Anyway, Chris, bro, I'm gonna jump back in this chat room, brother. Keep doing the great work.
right, Brother Leo. Thanks for calling in.
All right, Chris. Peace out.
All right. That's how we doing it, y'all. This is the Chris Monroe Show, where we chop it up about the news, politics, current events, and so much more. We do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. And we talk about the news, politics, and all of that. I want to know who won that miniature debate. Put in the name of the person who won. Was it French guy or was it Leo? Who won? Drop the name of who just won that. Leo or French guy. They say Leo is a racist. French guy won. Leo go back to school. Let's see what else we got here. Brother Leo won. Let's see here. No one believes, so you call white people to call without your BS and the fact in the world to pull of. I don't know what you're saying over there, Danielle. Can't see it all. All right. Rewatch the scope and learn. History, French guy. Leo is a fraud. Wow. Leo won. Leo won. I don't know. Chris, the shirt is fire. The eyes is looking. I got my eye on you. French guy won. Uh-oh. King Leo won. French guy. All right. It's kind of mixed. Most people saying French guy. But somebody said French guy all the way. Wow. I don't know. Y'all made it kind of hard to tell. Exactly. Lock up Leo. Really? Leo, they calling for you to be locked up. You can't be dropping no facts, man. They'll lock you up. You're going to say Leo, even though you only heard 3 words. I hear you. Phenomenal one. And yeah, hit me up on my website, chrismonroestl.com. Get that free consultation on my website. I see you said you wanted to hit me up on that, on your new business that you're setting up. You say French guy has facts. I got you. Yep. So I'm gonna I wanted to let y'all see this other thing here, but before we do that, I have to take the final time out of this segment here. I'll be right back with more of the Chris Monroe Show in just a few minutes, and I wanted to see about this Snoop Dogg and T.I. hating on Trump thing. Be right back in just a few minutes. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe, and I know you're ready for summertime, because I've been ready. But this is what you can do, baby girl. Rock this dashiki shirt or a dashiki skirt. Show those legs. Let them know that you ain't playing, baby. Black girl magic. Rock it just like this or put some stretch pants on. Do it the way you do it. You know how we do it. Go ahead and get yours at chrismonroestl.com. Sizes small through extra large are available, and get free shipping at chrismonroestl.com. Live Soap School is more than just soap. It's a way of life. After completing this process, you'll learn how to make cold process, hot process, melt and pour your own soap, start your own home-based business, make an additional income. Learn more at livesoapschool.com. Sign up today. Enroll for this great course and learn from an expert. Livesoapschool.com is the place to go. Make money and have fun. It's too easy. Now, once you get to the site, make sure you select Enroll in Live Soap School. That's livesoapschool.com. Are you seeking an affordable way to promote your business, product, service, nonprofit organization, or even an event? Visit chrismonroestl.com. There are several options available for advertising opportunities. Find out advertising rates at chrismonroestl.com. Promote within the website itself. Promote on our YouTube videos. Promote everywhere within our network. Be heard, be found, increase sales. chrismonroestl.com is the place to find out more. Several options are available that will go with any budget. chrismonroestl.com. I'm not sure if anybody told you, but you need to become a member of the I Stay Woke Clique. Join at chrismonroestl.com. Get a free membership or a premium membership, goodies and more. chrismonroestl.com. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, and we got some brand new products in that you're gonna like. Check out this red, black, and green beaded necklace all the way around. RBG colors in style. Put it around your neck and show them your Pan-African spirit. What about this ankh in black background with the fire? Ooh, makes you feel good. Or the classic antique ankh style. Get all that and more, plus get free shipping at Chris Monroe STL.com. That's Chris Monroe STL.com. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, reminding you about the Chris Monroe Show each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we chop it up about current events, news, politics, entrepreneurship, and a whole lot more. But guess what? We're trying to expand this show. That's right. We want to make it at least 5 days a week, maybe even more, and you can help. You can help by going to GoFundMe.com/I Stay Woke. Help us out with our GoFundMe campaign. Just launched it, and we need your support. Go ahead and give $5, $10, $20, even more. Give what you can, and if not, go ahead and share it out to your Twitter and Facebook. It's much greatly appreciated. All you got to do is go to GoFundMe.com/I Stay Woke. Do what you do. Be who you be. And you know what else? I'ma see you before you see me.
Hey, do you know where I can find those RBG banners?
Yeah, man. Just go down to iShopWoke.com. That's the new website with RBG gear, jewelry, accessories, and a whole lot more.
Well, what do you got there? Like pillows and stuff like I see all the time?
Yeah, the pillows. You can get them in multiple colors. You can make all types of stuff. Customized orders and wholesale orders are welcome. Just go to iShopWoke.com to order. iShopWoke.com is the new website. Check it out today. Get free shipping. Don't forget iShopWoke.com.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're back live with the Chris Monroe Show. You got an opinion? You want to voice your opinion? All you got to do now. Dial that number, 516-418-5565. You heard me? 516-418-5565. Don't forget to press the 1. Back to the show.
And we are back here live in the final segment of the Chris Monroe Show, where we do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, talking about these news, these politics and current events, and so much more. Yes, thanks for inviting your followers. Nonfiction over here on Periscope. We're watching it on Periscope. We're watching it on Facebook Live. We're watching it everywhere. We're all around the world. We had a nice little battle there, Leo versus French guy. We're going French or we're going Leo. Black Lives Matter too. I see a lot of people said French guy won. A lot of people said Leo won. I don't know. We might have to have a rematch. We're going to have to set it up formally and have it set up for you and have a good topic for y'all to go in on. I know we want to get it right, so we don't feel like you're cutting you off and let you get your points across. That's how we're supposed to do it. But in this final segment here, I wanted to let you see this video talking about why Snoop Dogg and T.I. hate Donald Trump. Now, I know y'all see this last week, where it was, they were basically, talking stuff about that song that came out where he looked like Snoop Dogg was shooting Donald Trump in the video, and they were basically coming out against it. But I'm going to let you hear what this guy had to say. His name is Leo, too. You might see him on YouTube, Leo Dunson. He got a pretty big following on YouTube, but I'm going to let you see what he had to say about this exact topic. And he made some good points. Some people say he a coon and a sellout for even saying what he said, but some of the stuff he said was true. But I'm going to let you see if you agree with that. So let's see what he had to say.
Or what specifically has Donald Trump done to make Snoop Dogg and T.I. hate him? Snoop Dogg still gonna be rich. Donald Trump became president. He's rich. Snoop's gonna be rich. T.I. is still gonna be rich. Nothing's gonna happen to them personally. So why do they hate Donald Trump? I'm gonna tell you why. because Donald Trump has done something. Well, first, before I go in, I'm going to say, as president, so let's just even take out the campaign. As president, already Donald Trump renamed Black History Month to African American History Month via executive order. Every Black American and no Black American gave him praise. Nobody said nothing about it. Everybody kept quiet, act like it didn't even happen. Black people been crying for maybe 50 years now, maybe 150 years, saying we're African American. I'm not Black American. First we didn't want to be called Negro. Then, first we didn't want to be called the other word. Then they start saying Negro. Then they start saying colored, right? Then they start saying Black, right? Then they say they don't want to be called Black. They want to be called African Americans, right? So it ain't Black History Month. Some Black people even get offended when you say that, oh, I ain't Black, I'm African. So you got to be like, damn, okay, well, you African, right? So Trump goes and signs the executive order to change Black History Month now to African American History Month, right? That's one, right? Then Trump has all the presidents of the HBCUs, the historical Black colleges, come to the White House, which under President Barack Obama, they didn't get no love. They wasn't at the White House at all, right? Now, historical Black colleges, HBCUs, pause. Another thing, Black people been yelling for years. Oh, nobody takes care of the HBCUs. Everybody don't look after these no more. They defunding the HBCU. You're right. The HBCU's been getting defunded for probably the last 20, 30, 40 years now. Guess what President Trump comes in and does? Signs an executive order showing his loyalty and commitment to HBCUs, on top of all the jobs that's been pouring in like crazy. That's been great for Black America. But let me tell y'all why Snoop Dogg and T.I. doesn't like Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump is not only a threat to the establishment, he's a threat to all establishments, meaning he's a threat to the Black establishment, the Snoop Dogg's, the Jay-Z's of the world, the Will Smiths of the world. He's a threat to them. And you say, well, why is he a threat to them? Let me explain. Who do you think doesn't want you to be successful the most? Black people, their whole lives have blamed the white man. Oh, it's white people that want to keep me down. It's white people that want to keep us in chains. Oh, they white people doing this, white people doing it. No. It's not white people. It's the Black establishments that want you to stay down. Let me quote T.I., for instance. T.I. said on his show that he would never let his kids listen to his music because it was so toxic. Yet he still goes and plays it to you over and over again all the time and wants you to listen to it over and over again all the time. Snoop Dogg, who went out and voted for Hillary Clinton, who's obviously a diehard Democrat and goes out for Democrat campaigns all the time, who's so pro public schools, right? Put his kid in a private school, right? So his kid was in the best schools, right? So he don't want you to have school choice, but he want to have school choice. Do you see where I'm going with this, right? See, the Black establishment, see, what they understand is these Black people who's gotten rich off poor Black people. Jay-Z got rich off poor Black people. Nicki Minaj got rich off poor Black people. Now she get rich off young white kids, right? But at the beginning, to get your fame, to get your success, to get where you need to go, you come to the hood and get rich off poor Black people, right? Now let me pause. Let me explain something to you. The reason why they don't want you to come up, it's back to the plantation mentality, right? They gonna call me a house nigga when they see this, right? But I'm gonna tell you again who the house nigga is. Why they upset about this, right? They upset because when Trump comes in, now everything you've been doing, all the little shakes you've been getting has now been gonna get taken away. See, back, I told you in one of my videos a while back, see, Snoop Dogg could have went to Obama or to his congressman, right? To his Democratic congressman. Hey man, I need to, my son want to get in well, I give you a good example. Master P, right? Part of the Black establishment, right? USC, his son suck at basketball, right? But somehow his son was able to get into USC, right? He went to the Black establishment, went to his congressman, right? His congressman talked to the president of USC, right? Hey, look, man. Hey, look, he knows Obama, man. Hey, he's one of ours, right? He's when we need to put them in line, when we need them to vote, and when we need them to come out and vote for pro-choice, right? When we need them to come out and vote for Black Lives Matter, anything we want to get the poor black people rallied up about, we'll go to the entertainers. Remember when Hillary Clinton wanted y'all to vote for her? What did she do? She went and got Jay-Z. She went and got Beyonce. Hey, come perform on the side of me. See? No, I'm pro-black. I'm pro-black. See? All they have to do is go get the black establishment, the real Uncle Toms, the real house niggas. Because see, let me explain something to you, how I'm not a house nigga and how they are. I don't got their number, right? When you a house nigga, you can call right up to you got people in the government you can call. See, the government is the house, right? At this point, the house is being burned down because Trump is burning that house down, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he replaces all the federal judges too, right? But it's been a house. It's been an establishment house, right? You do for me, I do for you. We're all in a house together, whether you white or black. Hey, we're all in this house together. Let me take care of you, take care of you. Now, hold on now. White or black, but there's only a few of y'all that get to, even white. Only a few white people get to be in this house. There's only a few black people get in this house. So those the house niggas, right? We all out here in the field.
That's what he had to say there. He had a lot more to say on it, but that was the gist of it, basically saying that the reason that Snoop Dogg and T.I. and other rappers and stuff that come out like that all of a sudden they come out against certain people like Donald Trump when they haven't said anything about politics all these years, all this time, and all of a sudden they want to get into the game and start saying stuff. You say Trump isn't racist. I don't know if he is or not. But, this is what it comes down to. And people were mad at him, calling him a house Negro and all of this stuff. So do you think he was right with what he was saying, or do you think he was just running off at the mouth? Let me actually take him off of here because he won't stop. He won't quit. Boom. So, this is what it is. You see, Harvard and Notre Dame, you're going to school me. Huh? So, this is thanks for those hearts over here on Facebook Live. We are streaming live on Facebook Live and on Periscope. Yeah, he's still going. It's like a 15-minute video, but I only want to play that first part anyway. But, this is the things that we're talking about. You got to see why people do stuff. People do things for a reason. They don't just do it because it feels good at that time. Everybody has something to benefit or gain. That's why they step up. They're not just going to step up and out of the box and start doing something out of the ordinary unless they have something to gain. It was an interesting tank. I hear you, N.O. Saint. It was. And I think a lot of it was real. I got to actually post it up on my Facebook as well if you want to see the whole video. Let's see here. That's for any race or demographic. I hear you. I like the scope so far. Nice to hear other sides. Yeah, we want to have a fair playing field. I don't necessarily have to agree with you for you to call in or for you to Skype in or for you to have what you have to say out there. If we disagree, we just disagree and we move on. I disagree with most of the stuff people say most of the time, but I can write better than most Harvard graduates. Wow, Elizabeth, you talented like that? You don't buy the black establishment argument? Why not, Ambrose? I think the black establishment argument is a valid argument. They do have something to gain. Because remember, in slavery, you got the house Negro and you got the field Negro. They out here in the field doing that yard work. Then you got the guy in the house. He all good. He going to protect massa. He going to stay in here and do good. And what the matter, boss? We sick. They going to make sure everything good. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make sure to protect, and they don't want too many coming in the house. They want to keep you outside. And that's exactly what this black establishment hip-hop thing is too right now. So I think some of the stuff he was saying there was actual factually. Have you already talked about the Kaepernick situation? Yeah, that was the first topic on here. What's up, Tavon? Good to see you, bro. I see you going strong over there on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, check that out as well, at Chris Monroe STL. In fact, you can follow me on all social media outlets at Chris Monroe STL. That's Snapchat, that's Twitter, that's Instagram, Facebook, and all the others at Chris Monroe STL. Check that out. And don't forget to join the I Stay Woke click at chrismonroestl.com. The link's in the description or the bio here on Periscope, and it's in the description on Facebook Live. We're about to get up out of here and do some more woke stuff. You agree with that too? I got you, Elizabeth. And I mean, the stuff he was saying was truthful. Even though he's a big-time Trump supporter, facts is facts. If you're a Trump supporter, a Hillary supporter, an Obama supporter, you can support who you support, but when you're telling the truth, it's just the truth. Right? How can you get mad at somebody telling you the truth? Although some people don't want to hear the truth because it hurts. The truth hurts. I want to say thanks to all the people who called up all the people who called up to the show here, Leo, French guy, and all the others. N.O. Saint Stephen called up earlier too. Haiti whipped France worse than Nazi Germany. You right, Leo. You dropping history lessons in here, man. Great show. Thanks. I appreciate it. If you're here for the first time, make sure you hit that follow button, as well as over here on Facebook. Hit the subscribe or the notifications. Turn your notifications on so you'll know when we go live. I want to hear more of what he was saying. Yeah, it's on my regular Facebook page. Miss Latasha over here on Facebook, on my personal page at Chris Monroe STL on Facebook. You can get the regular video. And you can see what else he was saying, because he was dropping some knowledge. I don't agree with everything he say, but it was the truth. You had to do it, Leo. Cool. So any more questions or anything before we get up out of here and do some more woke stuff? We'll be on next Monday night as well, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Hope to see you there. We got some more interviews coming up next month as well. White Panther says, thanks for letting me inform Leo. He informed you on something, Leo. I don't know how that happened. What he was saying was the truth. That's right. He was saying too much truth on there. And that's Leo Dunson. That's his name over on YouTube. Dunson. That's who that guy was talking. He said some stuff on things, I don't agree with everything he say, but a lot of it was true. You say Leo was cutting up. So everybody say Leo won that debate, huh? That's what we gonna stick with. All right, family. Like I say, follow me on all social media outlets at Chris Monroe STL. Don't forget to hit that website up, iShopWoke.com. Hit that website up, ChrisMonroeSTL.com. And do what you do. Be who you be. And you know what else? I'ma see you before you see me. Peace out, family.
And we have Mr. I Stay Woke. And 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 Mr. I Stay on point in the game, don't count me out. I stay lit with the news, got a loud mouth. I represent STL, man, that's the loop. And Monday night, 7 o'clock, getting that brain food. And stopping fish, nah, homie, this ain't Willie Lynch. And you can stop it with the Jim Crow bush. I'm in position, I stay ready every day. Respect my name, call me Mr. I Stay Woke. And 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 Mr. I Stay Woke.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe, and I know you're ready for summertime, because I've been ready. But this is what you can do, baby girl. Rock this dashiki shirt or a dashiki skirt. Show those legs. Let them know that you ain't playing, baby. Black girl magic. Rock it just like this or put some stretch pants on. Do it the way you do it. You know how we do it. Go ahead and get yours at chrismonroestl.com. Sizes small through extra large are available, and get free shipping at chrismonroestl.com. Live Soap School is more than just soap. It's a way of life. After completing this process, you'll learn how to make cold process, hot process, melt and pour your own soap, start your own home-based business, make an additional income. Learn more at livesoapschool.com. Sign up today. Enroll for this great course and learn from an expert. Livesoapschool.com is the place to go. Make money and have fun. It's too easy. Now, once you get to the site, make sure you select Enroll in Live Soap School. That's livesoapschool.com. Are you seeking an affordable way to promote your business, product, service, nonprofit organization, or even an event? Visit chrismonroestl.com. There are several options available for advertising opportunities. Find out advertising rates at chrismonroestl.com. Promote within the website itself. Promote on our YouTube videos. Promote everywhere within our network. Be heard, be found, increase sales. chrismonroestl.com is the place to find out more. Several options are available that will go with any budget. chrismonroestl.com. I'm not sure if anybody told you, but you need to become a member of the I Stay Woke Clique. Join at chrismonroestl.com. Get a free membership or a premium membership, goodies and more. chrismonroestl.com. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, and we got some brand new products in that you're going to like. Check out this red, black, and green